Welcome to ShareTreck. It's another beautiful day at the markets. I'm looking at the VXN, and it's fantastic because it has broken down below the support of 23.09, and that's really very good. The next thing we have to do is to go below the support of 20.54, and then we'll be in a really good shape. And all this is reflected in the indices as usual. If you look at the Nasdaq, and you can see these two long channels that I had from before, the green channels, within which we have been going upwards. That is a bullish channel. And if I zoom into today's action, you will see that we have pierced the resistance that was there before for 15476.44, and we are above it now. So that's really good news. And we got to stay above this upward channel, the green line. Our next resistance is 16032.76, and our MACD is also looking good. It's moving towards crossing over the signal line. RSI is neutral, so it can go up further. So very happy. Today's gain so far is 0.89%, and we are at 3:30 p.m. another half an hour before market close. So I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, that the trend continues as it is, and we'll be in a good shape. Let's go on to our set of shares. Let's get started with CRISPR. And as you can see, CRISPR is looking beautiful. Earlier we were descending down this green line. It was a bearish downward channel. We broke above it, and today we are testing the resistance at 82.58, and that resistance has been very strong. We have tested it in the last 3 days, and once we break above that, our next resistance is going to be 84.49. So I'm looking forward to that. The MACD is really strong, as you can see here. The blue line is above the signal line. The RSI has got plenty of runway. And if you go into a one-day view, you can see how we have been hitting that resistance multiple times today. And MACD again is bullish in the one-day chart. RSI has got a long way to go up. So it's all looking pretty good for CRISPR. And hopefully within the next couple of days, we should have trading days, we should be able to go above 82.58. Next, let's look at Vertex. Vertex is up 1.76% or $3.80, and it's also looking bullish on the indicators. The MACD is also looking bullish. Let's zoom out a bit, and I will show you why I feel very good about Vertex. So we are in a long-term channel, upward channel, and we have broken above this upward bounce. If you recollect, what I said yesterday was that because these two lines are not parallel, they're going to meet somewhere, and it's going to become a kind of a pennant. And pennants are usually of this nature. Upward pennants are usually bearish in sign. So I'm happy that we have broken out of it, and now that line can sort of act as a support because it has been tested multiple times. And our next resistance is 224.46. Our MACD is also pretty strong. When you look at the long-term view, it's bullish. However, we seem to be overbought, so there will be a bit of sideward momentum. But this green line, which now is going to be a support for us, may probably help us to continue to move upwards while we move on the side. Now let's go back to the one-day view. And scroll out a little bit. So out here, our MACD is kind of bearish right now. It has to cross over the signal line in order to give strength to Vertex. And RSI is below benign, so there's plenty of room for it to go upwards. So we need some positive catalyst to keep this momentum going. Let's look at REGN. REGN is up 1.49%, that is $9.35. And when I look at the chart here, I can see that the MACD is tending to go towards the signal line and crossover. So there is a bullish bias. The RSI is also at the bottom, so it needs to start moving upwards. There's plenty of room for it to go to become overbought. So it's all looking positive out there. Let us go to the long-term view. Let us look at a 6-month view. Our problem is going to be to cross over this red line, which seemed to support the channel, upward channel. So we got to go and cross over. That is our first challenge. And once we do that, we are going to be in a better shape. And I think we have some kind of resistance that we are tackling out here. Let me put a line there, and I will. So this is the point where we have had the resistance. This is another point. It has acted both as resistance and support. So I think once we break through this, we should be able to, once we break through 618.67, we should be able to start challenging the sloping upward line. So let's go on to Editas. Editas is down 1.5% today. That's around 34 cents. But still the chart is looking good. If you notice, we have support at 29.75 we had yesterday, and we have gone below that. So now this is going to become a resistance. So we have to break through this in order to make any further progress. When we look at the dark pool, everything is a buy. So therefore, it seems that people in the know might be buying a lot of this share. So Editas, still I'm a bit positive on that because they seem to be in the forefront of the CRISPR monetization cycle. So I would hope for something positive to happen with Editas maybe in the next few trading days. Intelia is down 1.46, and I have drawn some support channels here. So this green line here is going to be a support channel, and we are on an upward channel. In my opinion, it's a bullish channel. So we have to continue move forward. We will continue moving sidewards before we move up, because we'll have a support of this green line. And then we have resistance at 132.97, and we also have resistance due to this upward red line, which forms the bullish channel. So overall, it's not a great day as such, but we haven't dropped significantly, so I'm okay with that. Our RSI is also benign. We just need our MACD to cross over the signal line, and we should be fine. I suppose that most of this sideward movement is because in the dark pool there is a lot of sales, so there might be some news catalyst coming up which we are not aware of, or something that we do not know. Let us wait and watch. Maybe in the next couple of days we'll have a good idea about what that is. So let's then go on to ARKG Innovation Fund. It's down 0.91, and it was struggling in the support that we have at 64.38 earlier, and hopefully before the end of the day it's able to go above, because the MACD is still bullish and the RSI has got plenty of room to be overbought. So I'm hoping that it goes over. You would see a little bit of a dark pool activity out here. Maybe it has some influence, but we'll wait and watch, because we still have support from the 11-day and the 50-day EMA. So I'm pretty bullish on ARKG at this point of time. Hope and pray that before the end of the day we go and stay above the green line, or else tomorrow I'll have to mark it as a resistance and make it red. Let's go to Beam. Beam is at almost 1.44% down, and it has lost 1.24 cents, and it's still above the support, and it's still above the 10 and above the 11-day and the 50-day EMA. So that is good. The MACD is turning bearish. The RSI has plenty of room to go up. There has been a lot of dark pool buying. So hopefully this is just a momentary blip, and we'll continue moving sidewards and then challenge this downward red line, which has been a channel that has bounded any progress that Editas has been able to make in the last so many months. You can see here. So it's a very strong line. Once we cross above that, that will become a support. So we have got a very, very strong resistance out here, which is a confluence of 87.54, which is a natural resistance, and this inclined line. So once we cross past that, we'll be in a better situation. Let's go on to TDOC. So when I look at TDOC, we are still above all the supports that we have got, but we have fallen below the 50-day and the 11-day EMA. If I zoom into the chart today, and I'm going to make this a one-day chart just so that we can see how we are straddling the support and the resistance. The support is at 92.32 and the resistance is at 97.20, and our MACD is at present bullish, so that's a positive. We are in an overbought situation, so that's the negative that we are looking at. So I don't have much more to say about TDOC. That's where it's going to be. Let's look at Bluebird. Bluebird is down 3.84%, that is around 45 cents, and the MACD is bullish. The RSI has got plenty of room to go up. There has been no dark pool activities. Let us zoom out and see what is happening here with Bluebird. So if I look at the long-term view, as you can see, we were in a downward channel. We broke out very, very strongly yesterday, and we have been on 3 consecutive days of upward movement, and the volumes have been pretty good. But right now, today the volume is much lesser, but we have a resistance at 12.31, and that's the first target for us to cross. I can detect a resistance here at 11.65. So once we cross this 11.65, we should be able to look at challenging 12.31, and after that it's going to be a bit of a much better movement. Right now the dark pool activity seems to be all sale side, so it's not in favor. Let's hope for the best for tomorrow. And that's all I got for today's roundup. So in terms of updates, I was scanning the pipelines for all the companies that we are covering. There doesn't seem to be anything new. With regard to CTX 001, there is no new updates, and as far as CTX 110 is concerned, we are waiting for development in 2022. And VCTX 210 also has no updates. Intelias 2001 and 2002 have no updates. Whereas 3001, there is plans by Intelia to present interim data for part 1, the single ascending dose portion, and to initiate part 2, a single cohort expansion in the first quarter of 2022. So that's all we have here. So I'm going to continue monitoring the pipelines to see if we have any positive news. If any of you hear anything before that, please put it in the comment, and I can go and look at it and see what I can make out of it. So that's all there for the CRISPR sector today. And I hope you are all having a good time. You've done all your Christmas shoppings and everything, and happy holidays to you. So that's all from me, and I'm signing out. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next session. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.